The vision came at night. Luke saw fire. He saw Han bleeding on cold stone. He saw Leia screaming his name. And then silence. He woke with sweat on his face, and one thought burning in his mind: Coruscant. They were on Coruscant, and they were dying. But this vision was not the Force speaking truth. It was a whisper, a lie, a poisoned thread spun across the stars by Emperor Palpatine himself. Yoda had warned him, "Reckless you are, trained you are not." But Luke did not listen. He could not. His friends were in danger, or so he believed. He left Dagobah without a word. He left Yoda dying. He left the rebellion blind. He climbed into his X-Wing, and he set course for the capital of the Empire. Palpatine smiled in his throne room. He could feel the boy coming. Every fear, every doubt, every drop of love Luke carried for his sister and his friend, the Emperor had turned them into a leash. And now, he was pulling. Vader stood beside the throne, silent. He sensed his son too. But this time, he was not the hunter. He was the bait. Luke's ship cut through the clouds of Coruscant. The towers rose like blades around him. No rebellion. No Yoda. No Obi-Wan. Just one young Jedi, chasing ghosts that were never real. He landed in an empty hangar. The doors hissed open. Red guards waited in silence. And somewhere, deep in the palace, the Emperor whispered, "Welcome, young Skywalker. I have been expecting you." The throne room was quiet. Luke stepped inside, lightsaber ready, breath sharp. He expected an ambush. He expected Vader. He expected death. But the chamber held only one figure, a hooded old man, sitting calmly on a tall, dark throne. "Put your weapon away, young Skywalker," Palpatine said gently. "You will not need it here." Luke did not move, but something in the Emperor's voice reached him. It was not cruel. It was not loud. It was soft, almost kind. "Your friends are not here," Palpatine admitted. "I'm sorry I troubled you with the vision, but I had to speak with you, alone." Luke's hand trembled. "You lied to me. I showed you fear," the Emperor said. "The Jedi taught you to bury fear. But fear is honest, Luke. Fear is love. You love your sister. You love your friend. Is that wrong?" Luke said nothing. Palpatine leaned forward. "Yoda told you to let go. To feel nothing. To watch the people you love die. And call it peace. Tell me, young one, does that sound like wisdom? Or does it sound like a cage?" Luke lowered his blade. "Just slightly. Just enough. The Jedi failed your father," Palpatine continued, voice like silk. "They failed Obi-Wan. They will fail you too. But I will not lie to you again. Sit, listen. That is all I ask." Luke sat, and piece by piece, the Emperor began to take Yoda's teachings apart, not with hate, but with questions Luke could not answer. The boy did not know it yet, but he was already losing. The doors opened, heavy footsteps, the hiss of a respirator. Luke did not turn around. He already knew who it was. Darth Vader entered the throne room and stopped a few paces behind him. The silence was heavier than any battle. Then, slowly, Vader spoke. "My son." Luke closed his eyes. On Bespin, those words had broken him. Now, they cut even deeper. Palpatine watched, smiling like a man holding the last card in a long game. "Yes, Luke, he is your father, Anakin Skywalker, the greatest Jedi the Order ever produced." He paused. "And the man they destroyed." Luke looked up. "The Jedi didn't destroy him. You did." "Did I?" Palpatine asked gently. "Obi-Wan lied to you. Yoda lied to you. They hid your father from you for 20 years. They called him dead. They left him burning on a lava shore and walked away." Vader's mask tilted, just slightly, as if remembering. "Tell him, Lord Vader," the Emperor whispered. "Tell him who struck you down." Vader's voice was quiet, almost human. "Obi-Wan, my master, my brother. He left me to die." Luke's breath caught. "No, Anakin loved a woman," Palpatine continued. "The Jedi forbade it. He feared losing her. The Jedi called that weakness. So he came to me, and I helped him. I am the only one who ever told your father the truth." Luke's hands shook. Palpatine leaned closer, eyes pale and patient. "Anakin was betrayed by the Jedi. Luke, don't let them betray you too." And for the first time, Luke believed him. "Strike him down." Palpatine's voice was calm, almost bored. Luke stared at his father. "What?" "He failed me, Luke. He failed you. He let Obi-Wan poison your mind for years. He served me out of fear, not love. You are stronger than he ever was." The Emperor smiled. "Take your father's place. Take his blade. Take his throne." Vader did not move. He simply stood there, breathing, waiting. Luke's green lightsaber ignited with a sharp hiss. His hand trembled, but his eyes did not. Vader drew his red blade slowly. "Luke, do not do this." "You left me," Luke whispered. "You let them lie to me. You let her die." He attacked. The blades crashed together. Sparks lit the dark throne room. But this time, Luke did not fight like a Jedi. He fought like a wounded son. Fast, brutal, unforgiving. And in his ear, soft as a prayer, Palpatine's voice never stopped. "Yes, let the pain guide you. Feel every year he stole from you, strike harder." Vader defended. He did not attack. He could not. This was his son, his blood, the boy he had hoped, in some buried corner of his soul, would save him. Luke kicked him back, slashed his shoulder, cut across his chest plate. Sparks flew. Vader stumbled. A final strike, and the lightsaber flew from Vader's hand. He fell to one knee, then to the floor. Luke stood over him, blade raised, chest heaving. Vader looked up through the cracked lenses of his mask. "My son," he rasped. "Please." Luke did not lower the blade. Luke stood over his father, blade still glowing. He did not strike the final blow. He could not. Something inside him, something small, something Jedi held his hand back. Palpatine rose from his throne, slow and pleased. "You see, my boy? You are stronger than he ever was. You did what he could not. You faced him, and you won." The Emperor walked down the steps. His robes whispered across the floor. "But the boy from Tatooine cannot rule beside me." Luke Skywalker was a farmhand, a rebel, a Jedi's puppet. That name belongs to the past. He stopped beside Luke and held out one pale hand. "Give me your blade." Luke hesitated. His father's blood was on his boots. His master's voice was gone from his head. Slowly, he placed the green lightsaber in the Emperor's palm. Palpatine smiled. In a private chamber beneath the throne room, Luke knelt before the kyber crystal. The green stone floated in the air, calm and pure. The Emperor's voice came from the shadows. "Pour your pain into it. Your rage. Your grief. Make it bleed." Luke closed his eyes. He thought of Owen, Beru, Obi-Wan, Yoda, his father, broken on the floor above, and he poured every wound into the crystal. The green light cracked, then turned red. When Luke ignited the new blade, it screamed. Palpatine handed him a black mask, shaped like a hunter's skull. "Rise," the Emperor said softly. "Darth Solus, the one who walks alone, somewhere, far across the galaxy." Leia gasped, fell to her knees, and began to weep. The command deck of Home 1 hummed with quiet tension. Princess Leia stood near the tactical display, arms folded, watching the green dot that marked the shuttle to Dirium. Han was down there, Chewie, their best commandos. Everything depended on them reaching that shield generator. Then it hit her. A cold knife. A scream without sound. Her knees buckled, and she gripped the railing as the room tilted sideways. "Princess?" A Mon Cal officer rushed forward. "Are you injured?" She could not answer. She felt him, Luke, flickering like a dying candle. And then, nothing. A silence so deep it swallowed the stars. "He's gone," she thought. "My brother is gone." Her hand trembled over the comm panel. Something was wrong. Terribly wrong. If Luke had failed, then the Emperor knew. The Emperor had known, all of it. "Recall the strike team," Leia whispered. "Now." But the order came too late. On Endor's green moon, the Tadirium cracked open its ramp. Han Solo stepped onto the soft forest floor, blaster raised, eyes scanning the trees. "Too quiet," he muttered. "Way too quiet." From every ridge, every shadow, every fallen log, stormtroopers rose like ghosts. Hundreds of them. Scoutwalkers stomped through the ferns. A full Imperial legion. Waiting. "It's a trap!" Chewie roared. Han spun, firing wildly. "Back to the shuttle! Move, move, move!" Green bolts ripped through the air. Rebels fell before they could shout. The Tadirium exploded behind them in a roar of flame, cutting off escape. And high above, the Death Star's super laser began to glow. Aboard Home 1, Leia clutched her chest and screamed her brother's name into a galaxy that no longer answered. Smoke choked the Endor forest. Han Solo crouched behind a fallen log, blasters smoking, blood running down his temple. Leia stood beside him, pale, still shaking from the loss of Luke. A second escape shuttle sat 50 meters away, their only chance. "Listen to me, Princess," Han rasped. "You run. I'll hold them." "No," Leia choked. "Not you two. Please." He grabbed her hand, squeezed it once. "Hey, I love you. I know." Then he shoved her toward Chewie. "Get her out, pal. Promise me." The Wookiee howled a sound like breaking stone and dragged Leia away. Han stood up alone. He fired into the advancing troopers, picking them off one by one, laughing through the pain like the smuggler he always was. A scout walker turned its cannon toward him. Han raised his blaster one last time and grinned. "Come and get it." The blast lit up the forest. Far above, Lando Baron fought to keep the Millennium Falcon in the air. TIE fighters swarmed him from every side. A tractor beam locked on, dragging the ship into a Star Destroyer's belly. Stormtroopers stormed the ramp. Lando raised his hand slowly, eyes burning. "Old girl, I'm sorry." He was led away in binders. And on a quiet world far from the war, Luke Skywalker, robed in black, eyes burning gold, stepped from a shuttle onto Dagobah's swamp. He felt the tremor of a small green ghost trying to hide in the Force. "Master Yoda," Luke whispered, igniting a crimson blade. "I've come to finish what my father started." The swamp went silent. One by one, across the galaxy, the last Jedi began to die. 7 years. 7 long years since Endor burned. 7 years since Han Solo's last grin lit up a forest fire. 7 years since Chewbacca carried a screaming Leia onto a stolen shuttle and vanished into the deep black. The galaxy had changed. There was no rebellion now, no alliance, no whispered hope in cantinas or smugglers' dens. The Emperor's grip had tightened into a fist of iron and shadow. Every system bowed. Every world paid tribute. Every voice that dared to speak the word freedom disappeared in the night, dragged away by black-armored inquisitors who answered to one master and one apprentice. The Empire was no longer afraid, because the Emperor was no longer afraid to die. On a small, forgotten moon called Elor, far beyond the trade lanes, a fierce wind cut through dry grass. The sky was the color of old bronze. 2 suns dipped low on the horizon, painting the cliffs in deep amber. A hooded figure moved silently through the rocks. She was lean, quick. Her boots barely whispered against the stone. Beneath the rough brown cloak, a face once known across the galaxy as a princess now belonged to a ghost. Leia Organa. She crouched behind a boulder, breathing slow. Her hand hovered over a worn lightsaber hilt at her belt, silver and blue, scratched and dented, salvaged from a dead Jedi's tomb a long time ago. A voice spoke softly behind her, calm, sharp, patient. "You're holding your breath again." Leia exhaled. "Old habit." "Old habits get students killed." Leia turned. Ahsoka Tano stood 10 paces back, arms folded, white leku stirring in the wind. Time had not been kind to her either. Lines carved her face. Her eyes carried the weight of every dead Jedi she had ever known. But she still stood. She had survived, and she was the only teacher left. "Again," Ahsoka said. Leia rose, ignited her saber. The blue blade hissed to life, a small, brave light in a galaxy of darkness. She moved through the form. Strike, pivot, block, sweep. Her breath synced with each motion now. Her body had become strong. Her mind, quieter. But her heart, still burned. Ahsoka watched in silence. Then, with a flick of her wrist, two white sabers ignited in her hands. Defend. She moved like a storm. Their blades clashed in flashes of blue and white, ringing across the empty cliffs. Leia stumbled, recovered, struck back. Ahsoka was faster, always faster, but Leia was no longer the broken girl she had pulled from the Endor ashes. She had grown teeth, she had grown patience, and she had grown rage. Carefully shaped, carefully aimed. A final exchange. Ahsoka swept low. Leia jumped, twisted, and pressed her blade against the Togruta's throat in midair. She landed, breathing hard. Ahsoka smiled. Just a small smile. The kind that came and went like a candle in wind. Better. Leia powered down her saber. Was it enough? The smile faded. It will never be enough, Leia. Not against him. They both knew which him she meant. Half a galaxy away, on the crystal throne world of Imperial Center once called Coruscant, Emperor Palpatine stood at a high window, looking down at his city of endless lights. He looked older now, thinner, skin like wax paper. But his eyes still burned with that pale yellow fire, and his smile had grown wider, because behind him, kneeling on the polished black floor, was perfection. Darth Solaris. Once Luke Skywalker, he had not aged a single day in 7 years. His face was smooth, calm, beautiful, in a terrible way. His robes were deep, crimson, and black. Two lightsaber hilts hung at his hips, long, cruel, curved. His eyes were the color of molten gold, and his power filled the throne room like a second gravity. "My master," Solaris said quietly. "The outer rim cells have been crushed. The last whisper of resistance on Mon Cala has been silenced. The waters run red." Palpatine chuckled. A dry, pleased sound. "Good, good. And the sister?" A flicker passed through Solaris's face, the smallest crack, then it sealed. "Still hidden, but I feel her. Sometimes, like a heartbeat behind a wall." Palpatine turned slowly, leaning on his cane. "Find her, my young apprentice. Find her, and bring her to me, alive." "Yes, my master. She is the last Skywalker who still bleeds for the light. When she kneels or dies, the galaxy will finally be ours forever." Solaris bowed his head. "It will be done." But somewhere, deep beneath the cold layers of darkness wrapped around his soul, something stirred. A memory. A scream. A woman's voice calling his name across a forest of fire. He shoved it down. He was Solaris. Luke Skywalker had died on the Death Star. Pause. Back on Elor. Night had fallen. Leia sat by a small fire inside Ahsoka's hidden cave. The flames danced across old stone walls covered in faded carvings. Symbols of the Jedi, the Mandalorians, even older orders long forgotten. A small kettle whistled. Ahsoka poured 2 cups of bitter root tea and sat across from her student. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Leia said, very softly, "I saw him today, in meditation." Ahsoka's eyes lifted. "Luke? What's left of him?" Leia stared into the fire. "He's looking for me. He's close. Closer than before." Ahsoka set her cup down. "Then we move again." "No." Leia's voice was steady. "I'm tired of running, Ahsoka. 7 years. 7 years of hiding in caves and tunnels and cargo holds. Han died so I could live. Luke fell so I could fight. If I keep running, what was any of it for? Leia, I'm ready." The Togruta studied her for a long, quiet moment. The fire crackled between them. Then Ahsoka spoke, slow and careful, like every word cost her something. "If you face him, child, you may have to kill him. You understand that? Not save him. Kill him. Are you ready for that truth?" Leia did not answer right away. She thought of Luke as a boy on Tatooine, laughing at a moisture farm sunset. She thought of him pulling her from a detention block. She thought of his hand reaching for hers as they swung across a Death Star chasm. She thought of the silent scream she had felt the day he died and the colder, crueler thing that wore his face now. A tear slid down her cheek. She did not wipe it away. "He's already dead, Ahsoka. I'm just gonna set him free. Far above, in orbit, An Imperial probe droid drifted silently into Elor's atmosphere. Its red eye scanned, recorded, pinged a location. Then it transmitted. The signal traveled across the stars in less than a heartbeat. It reached a black star destroyer hanging in the void near the outer rim, a ship called the Eclipse. On its bridge, Darth Vader stood perfectly still, hands clasped behind his back, watching the stars. A trembling officer approached. "My lord, a signature. Force-sensitive. Elor system. The match is 98%. Solaris did not move. He simply closed his eyes. And he felt her. His sister. His twin. His missing half. The heartbeat behind the wall, suddenly loud, suddenly near. For a single moment, his golden eyes flickered. Just a flicker. Pale blue. Almost. Like the boy he used to be. Then the gold returned. "Set course," he said softly. "Full speed. No escort." The officer hesitated. "My lord, alone? Shouldn't we inform the Emperor?" Solaris turned his head. Slowly. The officer's throat began to close before any hand was raised. "My sister," Solaris whispered, "is mine." He released the man. The officer collapsed, gasping, and crawled away to obey. Down on Elor, Leia stood at the mouth of the cave, looking up at the stars. The wind tugged at her cloak. Her saber hilt rested against her hip, warm, almost alive. Ahsoka stepped beside her. She did not need to ask. She could feel it too. The shift in the Force. The tremor of an approaching predator. "He's coming," Ahsoka said. "I know," Leia whispered. "How long?" Leia closed her eyes, reached out, touched that cold golden flame moving through hyperspace toward her. 2 days. Maybe less. The two women stood there for a long time, side by side, the dying suns gone and the cold stars wide above them. One, the last shadow of the Jedi. The other, the last Skywalker still walking in the light. Ahsoka finally spoke. "Then we have 2 days to prepare you for the hardest fight of your life." Leia nodded once. Her hand tightened on her saber. Somewhere out there in the dark, a brother she had loved was racing toward her with murder in his heart. And behind him, an emperor who had finally, truly, stopped fearing death. Because death could not touch what was already empty. Leia took a slow breath, looked up at the stars, and whispered, almost like a prayer, almost like a promise to a ghost named Han Solo. "I'm coming, Luke. One way or another. I'm bringing you home." The wind howled across the cliffs of Elor, and in the deep black above, a black star destroyer dropped out of hyperspace, right on top of the moon.